Hi guys, welcome to Taylor Talk. Today I'm giving you another storytime video. This storytime is another one from my love life, or kind of love life. This is basically a storytime of how an ex-stalker catfished me on the internet. Sounds really confusing, but let's just get right to it, shall we? So basically this story starts when I was 16, 17-ish. I'm guessing. I was young. I remember being in high school still. I just started using a dating app for the first time, and I was talking to a couple of different people, but I wasn't using it as often as kind of I do now because I'm a lonely ass bitch. And one day I found this guy. His name, what can we give him? We'll name him Marcus. This guy, Marcus, messaged me and he was like, "Hi, how are you?" And we started talking for a while. He was really, really nice, and he seemed almost too nice. Even people are just kind of really into you, but nicely into you, always want to know how your day was, all these details about you. After a while I gave him my Facebook and was like, "Hey, let's talk on there," because it seemed like the next appropriate step. And anyone who uses dating apps knows that the messaging service on dating apps suck. He adds me on Facebook, and his picture is of him on the couch and he's just chilling, and I was like, okay, that must be him, add him. And then as soon as I added him and he started talking to me, within the next day or two, he ended up getting really, really creepy, and we could never meet up because none of us had cars. It was before anyone could drive or anything like that, and he would just be really a lot. I don't know how to word it, but he would be like, "I'm falling in love with you, make me feel this way, make me feel that way, I've never felt this way before." And it was really instantaneous. It was after I added him on Facebook, it was he was really getting it was over the top to the point where it was making me feel uncomfortable. And I normally if guys say that stuff to me, I'm like, "Oh, that's nice, thank you." It's sweet when people care that much. But there's a line, there's a line from caring, and then it just gets too much. He would message me as soon as he woke up, to the point where he fell asleep. Even if I wasn't replying, every hour he'd be like, "What are you doing? How's your day going? This, that." And it just got so overwhelming. I got to the point where I blocked him. He went back to the dating app and tried talking to me again, and I was like, this is a lot, especially as someone so young, because it was just bombarding me with messages, and I was really, really overwhelmed. And they were all "I want to marry you, we're gonna have children," and I'm "I've never met you in real life, fucking chill the fuck, pour some ice on that shit, breathe." Basically I told him, it got to the point where I got so angry about it that I had to yell at him across message, keyboard warrior, and be "Get away from me, I'm done, stop talking to me, you make me extremely uncomfortable, I'm done, go away, bye." And that ended, or so I thought. Where the stalker part comes into this is that I felt he knew about my day before I did. He knew what was happening before I got to tell him. Whether it be he just, I guess sometimes when you check on Facebook, everyone knows, he would view my Instagrams and would view just everything, but he'd be constantly watching what I was doing online. And it got really, really scary. Especially, I'm a good thing he didn't have a car, because if he did have a car, I reckon this would be a totally different story. But yeah, basically that's the stalker side of this, is how I feel. Not full-fledged, but just enough to really creep me out. I just broke up with my boyfriend at the beginning of this year, and started going on online dating sites a month later. And loving life, talking to new guys, blah, 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 blah. And then one day this guy pops up, and it says Marcus. But it's a picture of this really attractive guy. He's like, "Hi, how are you?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm good. How's your day?" And he goes, "Don't you remember me?" And I was like, "What?" Because at the time, it's this guy, he's the photo was him in black and white on a beach, and he was in a singlet, and he had really cool hipster hair, and looked nothing like the previous guy, even though I wasn't even thinking of him at the time. And I'm no, I'm thinking maybe I went to high school with him, or some kind of circle, and I've seen him before and we've talked. He's like, "Oh, can I re-add you on Facebook?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure," thinking it's someone else, that we're no longer friends on Facebook or whatever. And with my Facebook, if I block you, after so long I unblock people, because it's pointless to me. I don't know, I'm weird. And then his name popped up and it said Marcus blah blah blah, and it was the same picture. I was like, how do you have the same profile picture from when you were 16 to now? What the fuck? And then because then it clicked into me the second I saw it that was him, and I was like, no, no, no. Get away from me. But then I'm like, I'm not the same person I was at 16 that I am now. Maybe he's a little cooler, maybe he's a little chill, and like he can breathe. Nope. Just no. I was wrong. So very wrong. So I added him on Facebook and he messages me straight away and he's like, oh, I've missed you, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, what have I done? But I was like, humor him, Taylor, because you don't know, like, where his mind's at. So I was like, hi. Like talking to him, and within 24 hours, he was like, I think I'm falling in love with you. Once again, never met the guy. We've had conversations, like now, like it's been like, it was like a 3 to 4 year gap in between. Like, I was like, you don't know me, I could be a bitch, like, haha. And he's like, no, there's no way, you're beautiful, you're this, you're that. And I was like, no. I was like, you catfished me into talking to you again. And he's like, no, it's not like that. He's like, I use my mate's picture to get girls. And I was like, let me pull up the conversation, shall we? It's fucking next level. This is only recently. This happened maybe like 2 weeks ago. The 28th of April was the last time we spoke. So basically, I pulled up my phone and he sent me a photo like 2 days after he added me with a photo of me. Like, it looks like a photo that I took, like, you know the photos you can take on Facebook and send them in Messenger, like, you know, when you're being silly. It was like me pulling a face, but like, it was from like when I was like 16, and he's like, I still have this saved in my phone. And I'm like, I was like, what the fuck? And he goes, just something I had saved from a while ago. And I'm like, that's not creepy. And he's like, I didn't even know I had it until I looked. I'm like, yes you did. Don't lie to me. And then it got to the point where he started calling me babe. My number one thing in this entire world of dating is like, don't call me babe. Don't call me doll. Don't give me a nickname unless it's something totally unique. Just don't, because I'm not a generic bitch. So please don't do that, ever. The rule of thumb, never. No thank you. Get the fuck away. And then he tried to like ask me like super personal questions, like last time I had sex and like what I do in my spare time and stuff like that. Like, I don't mean like that, but like, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, I'm not gonna answer that, that's weird, man. And then he was like answering his own questions so I would know, and I'm like, I don't care. Like, I honestly don't care. And then he was like trying to ask me if I'm like a horny person, and I'm like, you're just getting really creepy, dude. And then it got to the point where he was asking me for nudes. I don't send nudes. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I have sent a nude or two in my day, but I don't do it now. Like, now that I'm like older and realize like where the fuck it can go, I'm like, no. He kept asking, and I'm like, no, Nickelodeon. And he goes, I think it would be good for us. And I'm like, how the fuck could sending nudes to each other be good for us? Like, what? And he's like, you know, like it builds trust. I was like, you know what builds trust? Not catfishing someone on a dating website. Like, having your actual photo. Like, and he doesn't even look like the guy in the picture. And then I was like stressing to him, like, oh, you're just like every other guy. And he's like, no, I'm not. I would actually think it would build our trust a lot faster than just talking. I don't really care about what they look like. I'm like, yeah, you do, because why the hell would you want nudes if you don't care about what they look like? And so I asked him about his profile picture on the dating website, and I go, I know it's not you. And he goes, haha, it took you that long. It was my friend. He said I'd get the bitches if I used it. And then I go, that's weird. Is your friend single? Because I was like, I don't want you, but I'll hit your friend up because I thought he was cute. And then he goes, no. And I go, bummer. And he goes, hey, don't say that. And I'm like, well, I thought it was you. Catfishing isn't a way to get girls. I was like, dude, at the time I'm like, I have no trust with you because you could send me a photo and I don't know it's you because you catfish me. Like, and he was like, we can build the trust, Taylor. And I was like, get lost. Like, bye. That's it for this story time. Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Comment down below if you want more story times. And until next time, I'll talk with you later. Bye.